Once upon a time, there was a moment in my life when everything seemed confusing. I felt like a leaf in the wind, directionless and without purpose. I woke up each day not knowing what the meaning of my actions would be. The emptiness inside me felt endless. It was in this state of mind that I decided to seek a change. I needed something to guide me, to show me the way. The first change I made was to begin meditating daily. I set aside a few minutes in the morning to silence my mind and listen to the voice of God. In Psalm 46:10, we find the words, "Be still and know that I am God." This simple habit helped me reconnect my heart with the Creator and find clarity amidst the confusion. The second habit was practicing gratitude. I started to write down 3 things I was grateful for each day. This not only transformed my perspective, but also made me aware of the small blessings that we often overlook. In 1 Thessalonians 5:18, we are reminded, "In everything give thanks." This attitude of gratitude shifted my focus, allowing me to see the positive in every situation. The third step was reading the Word. I committed to reading a chapter of the Bible every day. This practice not only provided me with knowledge, but also helped me understand God's purpose for my life. As I read stories of faith and triumph, I felt inspired to act and follow the plans He had for me. The fourth habit was the practice of helping others. I began to get involved in community activities and offered my time to help those in need. In Acts 20:35, we find the truth that it is more blessed to give than to receive. Every smile I received in return was a confirmation that I was on the right path. The fifth habit was setting goals. I wrote a list of objectives that I wanted to achieve, both spiritually and personally. This gave me a sense of direction and motivation. Habakkuk 2.2 teaches us to write the vision and make it clear. As I saw these goals in front of me, I was able to chart a path toward what God had prepared. The sixth habit was the practice of prayer. I learned to dedicate time to prayer, not just asking, but also listening. My communication with God strengthened my faith and brought me peace. Philippians 4:6-7 reminds us of the importance of presenting our requests to Him and the peace that comes from that surrender. Finally, the seventh habit was seeking a faith community. I got involved in a support group where we could share experiences and pray for one another. The Bible teaches us in Hebrews 10:24-25 not to neglect gathering together. This support network gave me strength and encouragement in times of doubt. By incorporating these 7 simple habits into my life, everything changed. From being a leaf in the wind, I became a rooted tree with a clear purpose. The emptiness was filled by the presence of God and the certainty that I was called to something greater. You, too, can find your purpose by following these steps. The journey may be challenging, but the transformation that comes is invaluable. Remember, every small habit matters, and with God's help, change is possible. When I started implementing these habits, I realized that transformation didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process, but each step I took brought me closer to the person God wanted me to be. Sometimes the challenges were great, and doubts arose, but the determination to seek a purposeful life grew stronger and stronger. One of the most significant moments was when, in a fervent prayer, I asked God for clarity. Years of confusion and uncertainty weighed on me, and I longed for an answer. It was then that I began to receive signs in everyday situations. Conversations with friends, messages in sermons, and even verses that appeared in my devotional reading became guides. God was communicating with me in ways I had never noticed before. Besides prayer, I got involved in Bible studies. This practice brought a new understanding of the Scriptures and helped me see how God's Word applies to my life. In James 1:5, we are reminded that if we need wisdom, we should ask God, who gives generously. With every question I asked, I received more clarity. The Bible became a map, guiding me through uncertainty. The practice of meditation also evolved. It wasn't just a moment of silence, but a sacred space where I encountered the presence of God. I learned to meditate on His promises, like in Jeremiah 29:11, which assures us that He has plans for peace and hope for us. These words became a foundation in my life, providing security during stormy times. In the early months, I also started to notice that gratitude not only shifted my focus, but also affected my mood. By writing down 3 things each day, my mind was trained to seek the good in every situation, even the most challenging ones. This shift in mindset led me to realize that gratitude is a practice that must be continuously nurtured. As in Psalm 104, where we are called to enter God's presence with thanksgiving, each small act of gratitude drew me closer to Him. When I engaged in community activities, I realized that generosity wasn't just about giving what I had, it also involved giving of who I was. The connection I established with those around me brought a sense of belonging I never imagined possible. Every act of kindness I performed seemed to return to me multiplied, just as in Luke 6:38, which teaches that the measure we use will be measured back to us. Setting goals has become an essential practice. By writing down my objectives, I not only made them tangible, but also presented them to God in prayer. This surrender helped me trust that no matter what happened, I was on the right path. With each goal I achieved, no matter how small, I celebrated the victories and saw how God was working in my life. This reinforced the idea that the journey is just as important as the destination. Prayer, as I mentioned earlier, evolved into an ongoing dialogue. I learned to not only present my requests, but also to listen for God's responses. This practice of listening proved essential for my spiritual growth. The peace that came from this communication helped me face challenges with courage. Philippians 4:6-7 became a verse of encouragement, reminding me that the peace of God surpasses all understanding and guards my heart and mind. Seeking a faith community was one of the greatest gifts I could have given myself. Finding a group of people who share the same faith and values was a game changer. Sharing experiences, praying together, and supporting one another brought a sense of unity that is hard to describe. In Galatians 6:2, we are instructed to bear one another's burdens, and this practice became a reality in my life. Over time, these habits became part of my routine. The emptiness that once existed has now been filled with love, hope, and a true sense of purpose. I had found a new meaning for each day, something I never thought I could experience. Now, looking back, I see how essential this journey has been in shaping who I am today. The challenges haven't disappeared, but I've learned to face them with faith and confidence. God was always present, guiding each step and strengthening my heart. If you're feeling lost or directionless, remember that transformation is possible. Start with small steps such as meditation, gratitude, or reading the Word. Each of these habits can become a light in the darkness. And more importantly, never underestimate the power of a faith community. Together we are stronger, and we can face any storm that life throws our way. The journey is unique for each of us, but God's promise remains the same. He is with us, guiding us toward a greater purpose. Don't be afraid to take the first step. He has already prepared the way. Each of us faces moments of uncertainty and challenges at different stages of life. It's natural to feel lost, but it's crucial to remember that a path of transformation is within our reach. Sometimes, the change we desire may seem far away, but it is possible with determination and concrete steps. One of the most important aspects of this journey is understanding that change doesn't happen all at once. It's a continuous process that requires patience and persistence. When you decide to implement new habits, there may be days when motivation wanes. During those moments, it's vital to remember why you started. The desire to find purpose and peace should be your guide. The practice of meditation, for instance, can be challenging at first. You might feel restless or unable to quiet your mind. Over time, this practice becomes more natural. You learn to embrace the thoughts that arise without being carried away by them. It is an exercise in self-awareness that strengthens your connection to God. As you become accustomed to this moment of calm, you'll notice that the clarity you're seeking begins to emerge. Gratitude may also take time to become a rooted practice. At first, it might seem difficult to find 3 things you're grateful for, especially during challenging times. However, as you dedicate yourself to this practice, you'll start to notice that the little blessings become more visible. Your perspective will change, and you'll become more aware of what truly matters. If you feel stuck in a cycle of negativity, Try looking for the simple things that often go unnoticed. A smile from a friend, the beauty of nature around you, or a simple meal can become sources of gratitude. By focusing on these small things, you'll allow the light of gratitude to illuminate your life. Reading the Word is another practice that brings about powerful transformations. By committing to read a chapter of the Bible each day, you not only enrich your knowledge, but also connect with divine wisdom. The stories you find within it are more than just narratives. They are life lessons. Each verse has the potential to speak directly to your heart and offer the guidance you need. Keep a notebook beside you as you read. Write down the passages that resonate most with you and the reflections that arise in your mind. This habit not only aids in retaining what you've learned, but also serves as a valuable resource to revisit in times of doubt. Remember, the Word of God is a source of strength and hope that can guide you through uncertain times. Helping others is a fundamental principle that can transform your life and the lives of those around you. When you commit to serving, you discover a greater purpose. Each act of kindness is not just a gift for another, but also a gift for yourself. The impact you have on people's lives is significant, creating a cycle of positivity that returns to you. Engaging in community initiatives can open doors to new friendships and connections. This support network is essential, especially when you are facing personal challenges. By being present for others, you also find support on your own journey. The reciprocity of love and support creates an environment where everyone can grow together. Setting goals is a practice that brings clarity and focus. By writing down your objectives, you force yourself to visualize what you truly want to achieve. This practice goes beyond simply listing desires. It is a way to commit to the future you aspire to. By regularly reviewing your goals, you stay motivated and adjust your path as needed. Don't be afraid to revise your goals along the way. Sometimes, you may find that your objectives change as you grow and learn more about yourself. This is normal and healthy. The important thing is to keep moving and continue seeking a purpose that resonates with who you are. Prayer should be viewed as a dialogue, not just a list of requests. When you take the time to listen, you discover that God speaks in subtle and powerful ways. Being attentive to these messages can bring a sense of peace and clarity that you never thought possible. Communication with God strengthens your faith and encourages you to keep moving forward. The search for a faith community cannot be underestimated. Finding a group that shares your beliefs and values brings a sense of belonging. These connections are vital during times of doubt or discouragement. When you gather with other believers, the sharing of experiences and prayers creates a supportive environment that is fundamental for spiritual growth. Additionally, encourage yourself to serve within this community. Be a volunteer, participate in events, or help organize activities. By actively getting involved, you connect more deeply with others and strengthen the bonds that unite the group. The union around faith provides a safe space to share struggles and victories. The journey of transformation is ongoing and filled with challenges, but every step you take toward your purpose is significant. Sometimes, obstacles may seem large, but remember that you are not alone. God is by your side, guiding and strengthening you in every decision you make. Above all, always keep in mind that change is possible. By implementing these habits and practices, you not only transform yourself, but also impact those around you. The hope and faith you cultivate can be a light in the darkness for others. So continue on this journey and trust that God has a wonderful plan for your life. The transformation you seek begins with the willingness to take action. Often, the desire to change can be stifled by fears and insecurities. It's natural to feel hesitant, but remember that every step, no matter how small, is progress toward your purpose. Change requires courage, and that courage can be found in your faith. A vital aspect of this journey is the willingness to learn. Every experience, good or bad, brings valuable lessons. When you open yourself to learning from each situation, you become more resilient. Life is full of challenges, but each one can become an opportunity for growth. This applies to both emotional difficulties and practical situations. In times of crisis, reflect on what you can learn and how it can shape your future. The practice of self-reflection is also essential. Take time regularly to reflect on your actions and decisions. Ask yourself, Am I heading in the right direction? This analysis should not be a source of guilt, but a tool for better understanding your journey. By doing this, you can identify areas that need attention and others that are thriving. This clarity helps you adjust your goals and focuses as needed. An important practice is visualization. Imagine yourself achieving your goals. This technique may seem simple, but it is powerful. When you visualize your success, you activate your mind to work towards what you desire. This practice creates a mental image that helps motivate you to take action. By picturing yourself living your purpose, you place yourself in a position of positive expectation, which can propel you during moments of discouragement. Additionally, forgiveness is a fundamental part of the transformation process. Often, we carry emotional burdens that hold us back. Forgiving yourself and others is a liberating step. It doesn't mean you need to forget the offenses, but rather to release the weight they carry. This allows you to move forward without the baggage of the past. Remember that the Bible teaches us to forgive, just as we have been forgiven. Forgiveness is an act of love, both for others and for yourself. Patience should also be a virtue to cultivate. Significant changes take time. It's easy to feel discouraged when results don't appear immediately, but perseverance is crucial. Life can be like a garden. Some fruits take longer to ripen. By nurturing your seeds of faith, gratitude, and love, you can trust that the harvest will come at the right time. Another powerful practice is the pursuit of wisdom. This can be done through reading, studying, or conversing with people you admire. Wisdom is an invaluable resource that can guide you in your decisions. When you seek to learn from the experiences of others, you not only enrich your own life, but also open doors to new perspectives. Prayer should be a constant in your life. It is through prayer that you connect with God in an intimate way. It's not just about asking for things, but about developing a deep relationship with the Creator. When you pray, you place yourself in a position of humility, recognizing that you need His guidance. This practice not only brings peace, but also clarity to your thoughts. Set aside some time in your day to dedicate to prayer, creating a sacred space in your routine. Engaging in events with your faith community is also vital. Participate in services, study groups, or retreats. These experiences create bonds with others who share similar values and offer mutual support. Fellowship with other believers strengthens your faith and provides a space for the exchange of ideas and experiences. Mutual encouragement is a boost that can help you get through tough times. Reading uplifting books can also enrich your journey. There are many authors who share valuable experiences and teachings that can inspire you. Books about spirituality, personal development, and overcoming adversity can offer new perspectives and practical tools. Take time to explore these works and see how they resonate with your heart. Discipline is another necessary component for transformation. Establishing daily routines that include your spiritual practices helps you stay focused. Discipline creates an environment that favors growth and continuity. The more you commit to your practices, the easier they will become to maintain. This doesn't mean you can't be flexible, but having a structure helps to prevent you from straying off course. Pay attention to your thoughts and words. What you tell yourself has a profound impact on your life. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations. Remember that you are loved, capable, and deserving of a full life. This is not just a matter of optimism, but of aligning your mind with the truth of God. The Bible is filled with promises that affirm your identity and value. Lastly, remember to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Every step taken toward your purpose deserves recognition. These celebrations not only reinforce your motivation, but also create a sense of gratitude for all that God has already done in your life. Looking back and seeing your progress encourages you to keep moving forward. This journey of transformation is unique and personal. Each of us has our own story and challenges, but we can all find hope and renewal in the presence of God. As you apply these principles in your life, trust that He is shaping you for the purpose He has set aside for you. Remember that change is possible, and the first step begins with you. Over time, you will notice that each of these habits intertwines and strengthens your spiritual journey. One aspect that is often overlooked is the importance of keeping an open mind. Sometimes we are so focused on our expectations that we fail to see the opportunities God places in our path. By cultivating an attitude of acceptance, you become more receptive to the lessons that life and faith have to offer. The pursuit of knowledge should also be ongoing. This does not mean you need to become a theology expert, but rather that you should commit to understanding more about your faith. Participating in courses, seminars, or discussion groups can enrich your understanding and provide new perspectives. Knowledge not only strengthens your faith, but also equips you to help others. Another crucial point is the practice of silence. In such a noisy world, finding moments of silence is essential. This is not limited to meditation. It is a space where you can reflect on your life, pray, and listen for God's voice. By distancing yourself from distractions, you can perceive what truly matters and how God is moving in your life. Reflection is a daily exercise that can become a valuable part of your routine. Set aside time at the end of the day to think about your actions, your interactions, and your emotions. Ask yourself what worked and what can be improved. This analysis should not be seen as judgment, but as a means of growth. If you feel stuck in a pattern of behavior, don't hesitate to seek help. Talking to a spiritual counselor or a mentor can provide clarity and direction. Often we struggle to see the solution on our own, and the guidance of someone who has walked that path can be invaluable. The practice of forgiveness, both to others and to yourself, is essential for emotional release. Many times we carry wounds that prevent us from moving forward. Let go of these burdens and allow God's peace to fill your heart. This doesn't mean forgetting, but choosing not to let these experiences define who you are. Keep a prayer journal. Writing down your prayers and reflections can help you visualize your spiritual journey. By recording your thoughts, you can see how God has answered your petitions over time, which reinforces your faith and gratitude. This journal becomes a testament to your walk. Another practice that can strengthen your faith is volunteering. By dedicating time and resources to help others, you not only impact their lives, but also discover more about yourself. The act of serving teaches us empathy and connects us with the community. Additionally, service brings a sense of purpose that aligns with God's calling in our lives. You should also remember the importance of worship. Participating in worship and religious celebrations is not just a duty, but also an opportunity to connect with God and the faith community. Worship is a powerful way to express your gratitude and reverence. Additionally, it renews your spirit and strengthens your commitment to your faith. Reading books that address themes of spirituality and personal development can be a source of inspiration. There are many authors who share their experiences and teachings in an accessible way. These readings can offer new perspectives and motivation, as well as deepen your understanding of your faith. The practice of patience is equally important. Often, we desire immediate results, but transformation is a process that takes time. Learn to trust in God's timing. He has a plan and purpose for your life, and each step is part of that process. By waiting patiently, you become stronger and more resilient. Discipline in your spiritual life is crucial. Establish a routine that includes moments of prayer, Bible reading, and reflection. Discipline creates a conducive environment for growth and the continuation of the habits you are cultivating. When you commit to maintaining this routine, you notice the difference in your life. Moreover, seek joy in the little things. Life can be challenging, but finding moments of joy and celebration is essential. This not only brings lightness to your day, but also allows you to appreciate the blessings God places in your life. Joy is a choice that can be made daily. Connect with others who are on the same journey. Building bonds with people who share the same faith can be a great encouragement. Together, you can support one another, pray for each other, and share experiences. These relationships are a fundamental part of your spiritual journey and can bring a sense of belonging and community. The importance of keeping your focus on your mission cannot be overstated. What has God placed in your heart? What are your talents and abilities? Use them to serve others and glorify God. As you commit to fulfilling your purpose, you will find joy and satisfaction. Lastly, remember that the spiritual journey is unique for each of us. Do not compare yourself to others, but seek authenticity in your own walk. God has a specific plan for your life, and every step you take is significant. Trust that as you dedicate yourself to these habits and practices, He is shaping you to be the person He desires. Transformation is an ongoing process and is worth every effort. As you progress, celebrate each achievement and learn from every challenge. Faith is a journey, and each day offers new opportunities to grow and draw closer to God. Stay steadfast with the certainty that He is with you every step of the way. It is essential to recognize that transformation begins with the willingness to change. Each of us has a unique potential that, when aligned with God's will, can yield incredible results. For this, a sincere commitment to practicing habits that promote spiritual growth is necessary. An important point to address is the importance of self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your actions and the direction your life is taking. Ask yourself, am I aligned with the purpose God has for me? This practice can reveal areas that need attention and others that are thriving. By gaining clarity about your path, you can adjust your focus and continue moving forward. The practice of prayer should be a constant element in your life. In prayer, you not only present your requests, but also position yourself in humility and openness. This creates space for God to manifest and provide answers. Prayer is a dialogue that strengthens your relationship with the Creator and brings peace in times of uncertainty. It's important to remember that prayer doesn't need to be formal or elaborate. Talk to God as you would to a close friend, sharing your fears, joys, and desires. Another essential aspect is reading the Bible. Commit to reading and studying the Scriptures regularly. Each verse contains wisdom that can illuminate your path. Keep a notebook by your side to jot down insights and reflections. This will not only help you retain what you've learned, but will also serve as a valuable resource in times of doubt. When faced with challenges, you can review these notes and find comfort and guidance in God's words. Additionally, engage in community activities. Serving others is a powerful way to feel the purpose of your life. The act of helping those in need brings a satisfaction that is often hard to find in other areas. By offering your time and skills, you build connections with those around you and strengthen the community. Service is a practical expression of the love that God has taught us, and this connection is vital for our spiritual growth. Setting goals is a practice that cannot be overlooked. Writing down your objectives brings clarity and direction. It's not just about listing wishes. It's a real commitment to what you want to achieve. By reviewing your goals regularly, you maintain focus and motivation. It's normal for your objectives to change over time. Allow yourself that flexibility and adjust your goals as needed. Life is a dynamic process, and being open to change is a healthy part of growth. Discipline is a virtue that should be cultivated. Establishing daily routines that include prayer, reading the Word, and reflection helps maintain focus on your spiritual growth. Discipline creates a conducive environment for the continuation of the habits you are developing. The more you commit to these practices, the easier it will be to sustain them over time. Discipline is not a prison, but a framework that supports your progress. Focusing on the small joys of everyday life is equally important. Amid challenges, finding moments of joy is essential for maintaining motivation. Appreciate the small blessings that God places in your life. This not only brings lightness to your journey, but also allows you to recognize God's goodness in your life. Gratitude should be a daily practice as it transforms your perspective and helps keep hope alive. Connecting with others who share the same faith is a foundational pillar. Creating bonds with people who have similar values and beliefs provides a sense of belonging. These relationships are vital as they offer support in times of doubt and encouragement in difficult moments. When you gather with other believers, you participate in an environment that fosters the sharing of experiences and prayers, strengthening your faith. The importance of worship cannot be overstated. Participating in services and religious celebrations is an opportunity to connect with God and the community. Worship is an expression of gratitude and reverence, renewing your spirit and strengthening your commitment to faith. Be open to worship experiences and seek to participate actively, as this can enrich your spiritual journey. Additionally, reading books that address themes of spirituality and personal development can be a source of inspiration. Many authors share their experiences and teachings in an accessible way. These readings not only offer new perspectives, but also deepen your understanding of faith. Take some time to explore these works and see how they speak to your heart. Patience is a virtue that should be cultivated. Significant changes take time, and it's natural to feel discouraged when results don't appear immediately. Learn to trust in God's timing, knowing that He has a plan and purpose for your life. The waiting period can be one of growth and strengthening, and every step taken toward your purpose is meaningful. Lastly, remember to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Every step taken toward your purpose deserves recognition. These celebrations not only reinforce your motivation, but also create a sense of gratitude for all that God has done in your life. As you look back and see your progress, you encourage yourself to keep moving forward. The journey of transformation is unique and personal. Each of us has our own story and challenges, but we can all find hope and renewal in God's presence. As you apply these principles in your life, trust that He is shaping you for the purpose He has in store. Remember that change is possible, and the first step begins with you. Every small habit counts in building a life with purpose and meaning. As you advance in your spiritual transformation journey, it is essential to maintain a commitment to continuous reflection. Take a moment each week to ask yourself, how am I progressing? What can I do better? This practice of self-evaluation not only reinforces your growth, but also allows you to identify areas that need more attention. By doing this, you become more aware of your actions and decisions, which is crucial for aligning your life with the purpose God has for you. Another practice that can enrich your journey is utilizing online learning resources. There are many courses and programs available that cover topics of spirituality, leadership, and personal development. These resources can provide valuable insights and new perspectives that you can apply in your life. By investing in your learning, you not only enhance your knowledge, but also prepare yourself to help others in their journeys. Discipline in your daily routine is essential for long-term success. Try to set fixed times for your spiritual practices, such as prayer and Bible reading. This not only creates a structure that makes it easier to adopt these habits, but also helps prioritize your time with God. The more you commit to these practices, the more they will become part of who you are. When it comes to prayer, consider diversifying your approach. In addition to praying for your needs and for others, try praying for the situations in the world. Interceding for those around you and for issues affecting society can broaden your perspective and strengthen your connection with the community. Intercessory prayer is a powerful way to demonstrate love and compassion, and it can have a significant impact on your life and the lives of others. Being involved in your faith community is another vital aspect of your journey. Look for opportunities to serve and actively participate in church activities or support groups. This participation not only strengthens your faith, but also creates meaningful bonds with other believers. Mutual support among brothers and sisters in faith is essential, especially in times of challenges and uncertainties. Also, consider the importance of testimony in your life. Sharing your experiences and how God has worked in your life can encourage others who are going through difficulties. Testimony is a way to glorify God, showcasing His faithfulness and power. Additionally, by sharing your story, you may discover new truths about yourself and your journey. Reading books on spirituality, personal development, and testimonies of faith can add another layer of depth to your experience. These books often provide new perspectives and teachings that can be applied in your daily life. Take time each month to explore new authors and themes that resonate with you. This practice of continuous learning not only enriches your understanding, but also encourages spiritual growth. The practice of humility should also be a priority. Acknowledging that you don't have all the answers and that there's always room for growth is fundamental. Humility allows you to be open to learning from others and to accept corrections when necessary. This willingness to learn and grow is a sign of spiritual maturity and brings long-term benefits. You should also consider the impact of your physical and emotional health on your spiritual life. Taking care of your body and mind is essential for maintaining a healthy balance. Practices such as regular exercise, healthy eating, and adequate rest can positively influence your willingness to connect with God. When you feel good physically, it's easier to focus on spiritual practices and communion with the Lord. Moreover, keep in mind the importance of creating a conducive environment for your spiritual practice. If possible, set aside a specific space in your home for prayer and meditation. This space should be quiet and free from distractions, allowing you to fully concentrate on your relationship with God. A well-prepared environment can make a significant difference in your spiritual experience. Fasting can also be a powerful tool on your journey. Fasting is not just a way to abstain from food, but a means to focus on God and your spiritual needs. By giving up something you value, you create space to seek God's presence more intentionally. Fasting can bring clarity and strengthen your relationship with Him. It's also important to be patient with yourself during this journey. Significant changes don't happen overnight, and it's normal to encounter challenges along the way. If you feel like you're slipping back in any area, don't get discouraged. Instead, use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Perseverance is a virtue that should be cultivated, and every small step counts. Finally, never underestimate the power of love. Love is the foundation of everything we do as Christians. When you commit to loving others, you are following Christ's example. Love is a transformative force that can change not just your life, but the lives of those around you. By practicing love in your daily interactions, you become a reflection of God's light in this world. In summary, your journey of spiritual transformation is an ongoing walk that requires commitment, discipline, and an open heart. Stay steadfast in your practice of prayer, reading the Word, and engaging with your faith community. Always be willing to learn and grow, and remember that every step you take is part of a larger plan that God has for you. Trust that by applying these principles in your life, you will not only discover your purpose, but also become a source of hope and light for others. The journey of spiritual transformation is filled with opportunities for growth and reflection. As you move forward, it's important to keep a prayer and progress journal. This journal becomes a safe space where you can record your thoughts, feelings, and God's responses to your prayers. By revisiting these notes, you can see how God has acted in your life over time, which strengthens your faith and encourages your walk. Taking time for weekly self-assessment can be a powerful ally in your journey. Ask yourself about your victories and challenges. What went well? What could be improved? This practice shouldn't be a moment of judgment, but rather an opportunity to learn and grow. By identifying areas that need attention, you can adjust your approach and continue moving toward your purpose. Reading books that address themes of faith and spirituality can enrich your understanding and offer new perspectives. Explore works that discuss life experiences, overcoming challenges, and Christian teachings. Often, authors share insights that can be directly applied to your life. Set aside time in your routine for this activity. Reading not only expands your knowledge, but can also inspire you during moments of doubt. Another way to nurture your spirituality is through involvement in Bible study groups. Participating in group discussions provides the opportunity to learn from others and share your own experiences. This environment of mutual learning strengthens the understanding of the Scriptures and offers support on your journey. Interactions with other believers can bring new ideas and perspectives that you may not have considered. The practice of silence is equally important. In a world filled with noise and distractions, finding moments to be quiet can be revitalizing. Use this time to meditate on God's promises or simply to be in His presence. Stillness allows you to hear God's voice and clarify your intentions. It is a space where you can reflect on your life, your decisions, and your relationship with the Creator. Discipline in spiritual life should include the regular practice of fasting. Fasting is not only a way to abstain from food, but a moment to focus your mind and heart on God. By refraining from something that usually occupies your attention, you create space to seek a deeper connection with Him. Fasting can bring clarity in moments of uncertainty and strengthen your faith. Moreover, do not underestimate the power of service. By engaging in charitable actions and supporting your community, you not only help others, but also find a greater purpose. The act of serving is a practical expression of God's love and can be a source of joy and fulfillment. By helping those in need, you connect with the essence of Christianity and experience true generosity. Worship is another essential component of spiritual life. Participating in church services and religious celebrations fosters a sense of community and connection with God. Worship should not be viewed only as a duty, but as an opportunity to express gratitude and reverence. By actively engaging in worship, You renew your spirit and strengthen your commitment to faith. The practice of humility should accompany every step of your journey. Recognizing that you do not have all the answers and that there is always room to learn is crucial. Humility opens your heart to receive teachings and corrections, allowing you to grow in your spirituality. This willingness to learn from others is a valuable trait that will enrich your walk. Remember the importance of keeping an open mind. Sometimes, we are so focused on our expectations that we fail to see the opportunities God places before us. Cultivating an attitude of acceptance will allow you to become more receptive to the lessons that life and faith have to offer. Be willing to explore new ideas and approaches that can enrich your spiritual experience. The practice of forgiveness should be a priority in your life. Often, we carry burdens of hurt that prevent us from moving forward. Releasing these burdens does not mean forgetting, but choosing not to let these experiences define who you are. Forgiveness is an act of love and liberation, both for yourself and for others. When you forgive, you experience the peace that comes from God. Invest in meaningful relationships. Connecting with people who share similar values and beliefs is essential for spiritual growth. These bonds provide support in times of difficulty and encouragement during moments of discouragement. By nurturing these relationships, you create an environment of faith that strengthens your spirituality. Joy should be a constant in your journey. Find moments to celebrate the little victories and the blessings that God places in your life. Joy is a choice that can be made daily. By focusing on the good things and the small blessings, you transform your perspective and find satisfaction in the little things. Be kind to yourself. The journey of transformation is an ongoing process. There will be days when you feel discouraged or insecure. In those moments, remember that change takes time and that every step matters. The important thing is to keep moving forward, even if progress is slow. Finally, keep hope alive. God's promise is that He is with you at all times. Trust that by following these principles, you will find your purpose and become a light in the lives of others. The spiritual journey is unique for each of us, but faith is a journey we all can share. Continue seeking God's presence in your life, and He will show you the way. Remember that transformation begins with the willingness to act. Every small habit counts, and the journey is as important as the destination. By applying these principles, you will not only find your purpose, but also become a change agent in the lives of others. One of the keys to a meaningful spiritual journey is the regular practice of reflection. Set aside time each week to consider how you have been feeling and whether your actions are aligned with your values. Ask yourself if you are living according to the principles you have learned and if you are moving closer to the purpose that God has placed in your heart. This practice of reflection should not be a moment of criticism, but rather an opportunity to acknowledge growth and identify areas for improvement. Reading books that offer teachings on spirituality and personal growth can be a valuable resource. Some authors provide perspectives that can complement your understanding of faith and offer new insights. Consider creating a list of books you would like to read and dedicate time each week to this reading. This not only enriches your mind, but also feeds your spirit with wisdom and encouragement. Joining a Bible study group is another effective way to grow in your faith. These meetings provide a collaborative learning environment where you can share your questions and hear the experiences of others. The exchange of ideas and reflections can broaden your perspective and deepen your understanding of the Scriptures. Additionally, study groups create a sense of belonging and support, which are essential for your spiritual journey. Silence and solitude are vital for deepening your connection with God. In moments of tranquility, you can hear His voice and reflect on your life. Find a calm place where you can regularly retreat to pray and meditate. This sacred space is an invitation to disconnect from the world and connect with the Creator. The practice of silence helps to calm the mind and focus on what truly matters. Serving the community is a practical expression of faith that brings joy and purpose. By engaging in activities that help others, you not only impact their lives, but also discover more about yourself. The act of serving is a constant reminder that we are called to love and care for one another. Look for opportunities in your area and choose a cause that resonates with you. Worship is a vital part of spiritual life. Participating in worship services and religious celebrations is not just an obligation, but an opportunity to connect with God and the faith community. Worship renews your spirit and strengthens your commitment to your journey. By actively engaging in these moments, you express your gratitude and reverence to God. In addition, it is essential to cultivate healthy and uplifting relationships. Surround yourself with people who share your values and encourage your growth. These relationships provide support in difficult times and celebrate your victories. Fellowship with other believers is a pillar that sustains your walk, providing a sense of unity and mutual encouragement. Patience must be a virtue practiced consistently. Remember that significant changes take time and every step counts. By cultivating patience, you learn to trust in God's plan, even when the results are not immediate. This trust brings peace and security, allowing you to move forward with determination. Incorporating moments of gratitude into your daily routine can transform your perspective and strengthen your faith. Take some time every day to write down or reflect on the things you are grateful for. This simple practice helps you focus on your blessings, even amidst challenges. Gratitude is a powerful tool that transforms your heart and mind. The practice of fasting should be viewed as a way to deepen your relationship with God. By abstaining from something you value, you create space to seek God's presence more intentionally. Fasting is an opportunity to focus on prayer and reflection, allowing you to draw nearer to His will. Also, remember the importance of taking care of your physical and emotional health. Overall well-being is essential for a healthy spiritual life. Set aside time to exercise, eat balanced meals, and ensure you're getting adequate rest. When you feel good physically, it's easier to concentrate on your spiritual practices. Finally, always keep hope alive. The assurance that God is with you at every step of your journey is a powerful comfort. Trust that by applying these principles in your life, you will not only find your purpose, but also become a light in the lives of those around you. The spiritual journey is unique, but the promise of transformation is universal. Share this blessed video so it can touch and help others just like you and me. Want to dive deeper into faith and prayer? Download our exclusive ebook on strengthening your spirituality today. The link is in the comments below. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of our faith community. If you'd like to support our channel a bit more, consider becoming a member of our channel. Here are 2 more videos for you to continue your spiritual quest and growth in faith. Thank you, and may God bless you all. See you soon.